Fred Film Radio. This is Cristiana Palmieri from the 82nd edition of Venice Film Festival, and I'm here with Hilal Baydarov, director of Sermon to the Void. Good morning, afternoon almost, and welcome to Fred.
Thank you so much.
And thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Sermon to the Void concludes your sermon trilogy that began in 2022 with Sermon to the Fish, followed by Sermon to the Birds. How would you describe this last chapter of your trilogy for our audience?
Not only the trilogy, it is super different than all of my films, because I really start to discover the power of the cinematography, the power of the sound, and the power of the words, really. Because this is the only film for me that I really lost my attachment with the landscape, that I always give a special attention. Any attachment to the light or anything like that, because I truly believe that when you connect to the point, to the truth, why we exist, everything starts to appear. It is your mistake that you think that if you put everything, all the walls, the bricks, you can find something. It is truly, truly wrong. Because art doesn't go like that. Art comes from the infinity, and you have to feel first the truth in your heart. If you start to see the truth as if you see the table or whatever, all the cinematography, this magic of the cinematography starts to appear in front of your eyes. I believe in this.
Thank you for this very thorough explanation of the philosophy behind your art. At the beginning of the film, the commentary refers to the wisdom of not knowing. Mm-hmm. And through this reference, in some ways, to the Socratic philosophy, if I may say so, you build the essence of your film, which is a meditation on the meaning of life through embracing the void of human existence. Would you like to elaborate on this?
It was so different time for me. I didn't write any single sentence. I never mean to make a film about the meaning of the life. Just because of the conditions, I don't know how to say, me and my friend Hussein, the Shah Ismail, who plays Shah Ismail, we just lived on the mountains, in the desert, in the hills, and the volcanoes, and etc. This is a field, this is a place that you can only think about the meaning of the life. Because always 11 months in the desert, and no anybody's around you. All the people, they live at least in the 4-hour distance, 5-hour distance, always under the sun. Even no any person, no animal. That if in the middle of the nothingness, you can only think about the meaning of the life and why do we exist. These questions come to me. I didn't go to them, because this is only this kind of thing you can find in the middle of the desert. Only you can think that why we exist, the death, life, and etc. I never planned to make a film like that. It just happened because we lived like that for these 11 months.
Let's talk about the desert.
Yes.
Because in your film, the desert really feels less like a backdrop and more like one of the protagonists. So what does the desert mean to you in relation to your cinematic and your philosophy of space, if you want?
Everything. I was born in the mountains. I grew up in the mountains, always green, always beautiful, everything just like a heaven. Just like Claude Lorraine paintings. Everything is a very, very beautiful. Arcadia, like old Greek landscapes. But in my nature, it is so dark. I don't like happy things. I don't entertain life. I don't know. My friends always tell me that don't tell it in front of the people. Really, I have no attachment to the world. I don't enjoy the life. I don't enjoy it. I live only the darkness. And this desert gives me this feeling that I am in the middle of the nothingness, in the middle of the nowhere, and it connects me to the at least in the place that where there is no hope, I find hope. In the place that everything is totally no way, I find my way. Where is that there is no any way to directly to the humanity, but I find the heart of humanity there. And desert, this endlessness, and all the hills, and all the steppes gives me the feeling of the infinity.
Let's stick to the desert because I think it's such a powerful feature in your film. When I was watching the film, the desert was transfigured with all these very bright red colors.
Yes.
Could you please tell us more about that?
Exactly. I mean, certainly. I mean, I follow the old masters. I follow the pre-Socratics. I follow Roman Empire philosophers. Then I follow the Renaissance.
I thought about that.
Yes, then the Renaissance people. I love Tintoretto, Del Greco, Rembrandt, Francesco, Parmigianino, Bronzino, Pontormo. I don't know, Giotto, all the Simona Martini. I mean, all these people. I mean, they are my masters. Up to the Turner. Because when I started making the film, I never thought about the landscape. I didn't think about the desert or whatever. I only thought about the colors in the paintings of Claude Lorraine and Turner and Tintoretto. And I thought a lot how they managed to giving this feeling with these yellows and the reds in the skies, in everywhere, especially Turner and Tintoretto. I thought about a million times. So I cannot say it's a technique, but I use this way to destroy the desert, to put on the yellow and more yellow and more yellow and more yellow, and the red and the red and the red, because I didn't want to see anything. I didn't want to see the real world. I didn't want to see what exists in the desert. I only want to connect to the infinity, and the colors, the yellow and the reds, it allows me to feel the infinity, to connect to the infinity in the vastness of the desert.
Well, this reference takes me to asking you another question about the real message that you want to convey with your films. I read one of your comments, and that suggested me that cinema for you is more a form of testimony rather than a practical message to our audience. It is more like a spiritual practice, let's put it this way. So do you see your films as more like a dialogue with their audience, or is it more a self-exploration, a very intimate self-exploration?
I don't know which one is correct, but I am more in the second side. It is about yourself. I mean, your inner world. It is much more, not much more, it's all about this. Honestly, I never meant to give a message. I don't think that cinema should have a message. It is not a story, it is a cinema, it's not a literature, it's a totally different thing. But also I want to say that I didn't know that one day I will show this film to the world. I didn't know that somebody will show it, so will select it. By chance I am here. By chance, I mean, Venice invited me here, and I am very happy to be here to show this film to the world, because I don't want to boast, but I truly believe that this film has to be seen, because very, very rare, I mean, this kind of film exists in the film world, because everybody follows this storytelling, all the scenes, the continuity biological, and when I see any logical thing in a cinema, I become allergic. I mean, I am very allergic to the sentimentalism. I am very allergic to the logic. I am very allergic to the story. And it is almost the last 3 years that I couldn't finish any single film. I stopped in the 3 minutes, after 5 minutes or 7 minutes, and the film, at least somebody at least should go, as Dostoevsky said, to the dark side of human nature. I never wanted to say this, but the time forced me to say this, to the dark side of the human nature, to follow the old masters. This is on the way. And
this is a very strong message to conclude our interview. Thank you very much, Hilal Baydarov, Director of Sermon to the Void. And I'm Cristiana Palmieri from the 82nd edition of Venice Film Festival. And this is Fred, the Festival Insider.
Thank you so much.